according to reports, Nepal's army chief has made a dramatic statement warning that if political parties in the country fail to agree on an interim prime minister, the country could now revert to a Hindu monarchy. In fact, he went so far as to say with unanimous political consensus, the monarchy could be restored in the country in just a span of 2 days. But that consensus at this point looks distant now that they have agreed on an interim prime minister in the form of Sushila Karki. But the Gen Z protesters who led the violent uprising that brought down the Oli government have outrightly rejected what they called nepotistic politics in Nepal. And this statement is significant because Nepal, if you see, has had a long and turbulent history of monarchy and democracy. Let's walk you through that timeline. It was in the year 1768 that Prithvi Narayan Shah unified the Himalayan kingdom under the Shah dynasty. And then by 1846, the Rana autocracy took over, reducing all of these kings to just mere figureheads. And then by the year 1951, the monarchy briefly regained power with King Tribhuvan's return, paving again the way for democratic experiments. In fact, Nepal's first multi-party elections took place in the year 1959, only to be overturned by King Mahendra in the year 1961, again ushering in the panchayat system in Nepal. Now we talk about the 1990 People's Movement. It is the movement that restored democracy in the country, but it was soon after that Maoists launched a bloody decade-long insurgency in Nepal. And then, by the year 2008, the country abolished the monarchy altogether and declared itself as a federal democratic republic. And yet again, even after adopting a new constitution in the year 2015, instability continued to persist under multiple governments led by KP Sharma Oli. So this brings us to today. The situation about the violent youth protests and a fractured political class. They once again puts the question of monarchy back on Nepal's table. Now continuing with more news coming in from Nepal, SSB has so far apprehended 67 inmates, including a woman named Anjala Khatun, while they all were attempting to cross into India through various checkpoints along the India-Nepal border. Remember, this comes after all of these individuals have fled jails in Nepal amid ongoing arrest in the Himalayan nation. In fact, as of now, security has been heightened at the checkpoints on Nepal border in the view of the infiltration threats that now coming in. Now remember, when we talk about Nepal's tryst with crown and monarchy, it's a series of democracy and monarchy coming back one after the other.
Govindapur.
कहाँ से आए हो आप लोग?
Govindapur.
कहाँ से आए हो आप लोग?
So this is the latest we're getting in from India-Nepal border. The SSB has so far apprehended 67 inmates. All of these fled from different jails in Nepal amid the growing unrest. This also includes a woman named Anjala Khatun. And all of them were now attempting to cross into India through various checkpoints along the border. And given all of this situation, security has now been ramped up along the India-Nepal border and at all the checkpoints along with it.